Hello and welcome to Church Online for Sunday, June 14th. I'm Reverend Elise Feltrin from St. Andrew's United Church in Bayfield, Ontario, and I'm pleased to welcome you here to join us for worship this morning. As we always do, we begin by lighting a candle, and I invite you, if you have a candle at home, to light one with us and know that we are sharing together, that we are gathered around the same flame, the same light, the same Christ. Our worship today begins with Psalm 100, which might sound more familiar in its sung form, "Make a joyful noise, all the earth." But let's listen to it now as it is written. A psalm of thanksgiving. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into God's presence with singing. Know that the Lord is God. It is God that made us, and we belong to God. We are God's people, and the sheep of God's pasture. Enter God's gates with thanksgiving and God's courts with praise. Give thanks to God. Bless God's name. For the Lord is good. God's steadfast love endures forever, and God's faithfulness to all generations. The phrase joyful noise might seem a bit of an oxymoron. Noise is more often annoying or intrusive or distracting. There's certainly nothing joyful about the Saturday morning cacophony of lawnmowers that usually erupts outside my place just as soon as I'm preparing to tape this service. But I know that we can think of examples of noise that is joyful. Early in the pandemic, a friend commented on Facebook how much she missed the sound of children's voices in the playground beside her house. I love waking up to the joyful noise of songbirds clamoring in my backyard. How about the joyful noise of a stream babbling over rocks, or a cooing baby, or a giggling toddler? The joyful noise of cutlery clattering on dishes at a family gathering. The joyful noise of a symphony tuning up. Or the joyful jangle of the phone ringing with that long-awaited call. These days, many of us are missing the joyful noise of congregational singing, raising our voices together in familiar hymns or fumbling our way through new ones. I sing my heart out when I watch this service on Sunday morning, but it's not quite the same when I'm singing solo. A pastor friend this week shared this reflection. My church is conducting online worship these days. I sing a lot of our music live. We also pre-record some pieces, one voice at a time, and mix them into an ensemble piece. I record a guitar track, then a vocal track or two or three. Then I send them off to one person who adds another's voice and mixes them into a beautiful song. I never get to hear the whole song, just my part till the mix is done. Love is like that. God is singing in us. You don't hear the whole song. You just listen to God's love and sing your part, and trust the whole is more beautiful than you can know. That is all, and that is enough. When we do eventually regather in churches, one of the last things that we'll be allowed to do is sing, as it seems that singing expresses air and spreads germs and viruses farther. To me, this is the most difficult thing to imagine, church without singing. But for now, we need to be content, making a joyful noise in our own living rooms or kitchens or wherever it is that you're watching this. And so if you have a Voices United, I invite you to turn now to number 716 and scroll down to the next video so that you can sing along to My Life Flows On, which is more commonly known by its refrain, How Can I Keep from Singing? After the hymn, please rejoin me for our scripture reading and reflection.